Closely at the Wits University. She was at UJ. She's now at Wits University. Chriselda, good afternoon to you once again. What's the latest from Wits today? Any resolution from the meeting that was taking place today?
The mic is like that. Okay.
Well, it seems the resolution taken from students at Wits University is to continue with their protest action. Of course, that comes as no surprise as these students have been resolute in their demand for free education. And for free education now, we're standing at the University of Witwatersrand's Faculty of Health Sciences Medical School. Now, this is where hundreds, if not thousands of students now have marched, saying that the students who are at the medical school have been continuing with their studies while others have been protesting. Of course, you'd recall that students at Wits University have vowed to continue with their protest action, saying that they will remain on the streets of Johannesburg until someone listens to them. Now, what's also expected to happen a bit later on, they are now going to take their grievances to the doorstep of the Vice-Chancellor. They're going to march on the Vice-Chancellor's campus residence to hand over a memorandum of demands. And certainly by no surprise, one of those would be that these students are refusing to go to the negotiating table with the university. What they're saying is they don't want to go into any negotiations about any increase in the 2017 academic year. Let's chat now to some of the student leadership and get an update of what that meeting was about. Fasiya Hassan as well as Siabi, student leaders, thank you very much for joining us once again. Let me start with you, Fasiya. Out of that meeting, what have the students resolved?
We've basically marched from Wits main campus now to medical school. We were told that the academic program was still continuing here, and we've been very clear to say that if the academic program will be close to one student, it will be close to all. So we've come here to ensure that doesn't continue. We've also got a list of internal demands, a memorandum, which of course covers the fact that we want no increment, because that's an internal issue. And now we will also be taking that particular memorandum, like you said, to the doorstep of Prof. Habib. It cannot be that through the first week of protest, number one, Vice-Chancellor was not even in the country. When he walks back into the country, he goes to media before he speaks to his students. So quite clearly, this is the only way to get his attention. We've tried to engage in the past, and he's clearly said he doesn't want to speak to us. So we will go to him by force if needs be.
You are very uncomfortable with the strong police presence that we saw on campus. Does part of the demands include that to get rid of the police presence that we've seen there, and including maybe some explanation on the outcomes of that report on the security personnel?
Essentially, we have mentioned that we don't only not want police, but we don't want private security as well. We've been working well with our own campus control that has been facilitating our protest action from main campus to education campus, especially during the past week, and we feel that we would like to continue with them. With regards to the investigation that went into private security, we don't know what the outcome of that investigation is, but we have noted that private security is back on campus, which means that the university has come to an inconclusive investigation. That is the talks that we're going to assume, and that's what we're going to assume at this point in time, because essentially, as Fasiya has mentioned, they're not communicating with us in any capacity, in any way, but they are communicating with the media. So at the moment, we are still calling, and it's part of our demands as well, for the police to be removed from campus and for private security to be removed as well, because we have seen, especially with the incident of the stone throwing at the Great Hall, that it is in fact this private security and the police that are violent and causing students to be violent. But when we're on our own and when leadership is leading accordingly, we maintain high morale and high discipline.
Among the other demands as well, moving forward, you'd called for a national action. We're seeing many other universities throughout the country who are now participating for the very same cause. From Wits University's side, how do you plan to move forward after handing over that memorandum to the Vice-Chancellor? What then?
So firstly, we want to be very clear. We are going to remain peaceful and non-violent, even when we go to the Vice-Chancellor's house. So we are not inviting any action from the police. All we are there is to hand over a memorandum, and then we can leave. So that's the first point. The second is, you're quite right. The majority of institutions across the country are in fact already shut down or in the process of resolving to shut down. So in the next 2 days, all institutions will be in solidarity with us. We've identified key spaces in which we are going to now target, and those are the national issues, to ensure that there's free and quality education. I can't reveal all of those, but of course last year we saw Parliament, we've seen union buildings, now we need to target other spaces as well on a national level where you will start to see mass mobilization again.
Right, thank you very much. I'm afraid we're going to have to leave it there. We're just going to go inside, Alicia. We understand that the students are already gathering in the main entrance at a hall just towards my right there. We're just going to go and hear what they have to say. You'd know that they've been quite up in arms over the fact that the medical school has been operating. So we'll certainly bring you a lot more once the situation unfolds here at Wits University's medical school.
Thank you so much. That is Chriselda Lewis on the scene at Wits University, and she was giving us an update on the meeting that took place today. And as we've just discovered, the students have marched to the medical school where apparently the academic activities had reportedly continued there, and they have threatened to go to the Vice Chancellor, Adam Habib, by force if needs be, in order for him to receive their demands.